She DTF.
She tell me she
DTF. I heard she DTF. What? And you ain't hanging with the team if you ain't down to fuck. Okay. Well, Lil' I'm on my bag. Got that
Welcome to DTF.
Hey!
Truck just went by. Hi, welcome to DTF. It's Darryl Timaree Fun Hour.
Yes. It's DTF at your home. So
That's true.
We're still stuck.
That's true. We're still stuck. We are also celebrating 7 flim-flamming years this month.
Jesus.
Oh, so,
Congratulations.
That's a long time.
yeah.
I keep saying it.
Yeah. This
Keeps being
show
true.
is my longest relationship other than my cat.
Yeah, other people are overrated.
So yeah, welcome to the Darryl Timaree Fun Hour. It's the greatest sex education comedy game show in the known universe. This is Darryl.
Hi. This is Timaree.
Hi. And then we have guests.
Oh, yeah. Please, we have Violet Gray and Dain Saint. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing? Violet is a comedian and dungeon master, right? I'm not incorrect.
That's right.
Very prone to viral posts on the internet.
Yes.
And you look beautiful in space.
Oh yeah, I thought I would take a venture outside of my house, and I just didn't know where to stop. So
Maximum social distancing.
yes.
Very good.
Very much.
Very good. And then also a previous guest on the show, we have musician, activist, performance artist, Dain Saint. How you doing?
Hey,
Author.
Oh yeah, you got a bunch of stuff.
I don't. I've already lost track of the things that I do. So, thanks.
Yeah, we're excited to have y'all.
Yeah.
So you know the deal. We're gonna start with our first regular segment, and that is
Oh, yeah. The fucking news. That's right.
the fucking news.
It's the fucking news. I just have to make sure that when I do this screen share, that it pops out. Oh, host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, okay,
It's
very
all
good.
It's all good.
There it is.
This is edited.
There it is.
That's just because you had all that body pillow stuff up earlier, and that's just like.
Yeah, right. I mean, I still had private mode up.
Is it?
So yeah, let's get to the thing that we do. I know what it is. So do you. It's DTF at your house. Yay! Hi. So yeah, let's get to our regular segment, the fucking news. And here's our first news story.
Ooh. So this is just a very fun story that was written for Slate by Tracy. Oh God, I'm gonna get her I'm gonna say her name wrong. It's on Slate. Look it up. A Zoom orgy. And it's just a fun story about a bunch of fun gals who've done some porn together before, and this is kind of a reunion for them, and it's also the way that they are trying to do porn now while everyone is in lockdown. So it's a delightful read about how, you know, the resilience and the ingenuity of sex workers is undefeated. So what y'all think?
Well, you know how they say nothing can stop the tide of progress. I think the same applies for porn and sex-related things. I think that necessity being the mother of invention, when there's a need to get around things for the purpose of porn will invent ways around it.
True.
Porn's always been at the vanguard of technology. They're the reason that we had VCRs instead of Betamax. They're the reason we got Blu-ray instead of HD DVD. They're gonna be the reason that, you know, when I get off of here, I'm gonna get off on a different Zoom chat. So
In fact, I do remember seeing stuff that like Zoom was actually cracking down on these sex parties and what have you.
Well,
I imagine they just
to.
mean the free version.
Well, it's like it's not necessarily about them making money off of it, although I would assume profit motive, absolutely. It has to do with them at least pretending to do due diligence about FOSTA SESTA. Like every single DTF, we have to bring up FOSTA SESTA. because basically what it did is just like neutered the internet. You can't talk about adult content. You can't talk about sexuality in any way that anyone could even loosely think is solicitation of sexual services. Or the website itself, the app, whatever, would be held liable for sex trafficking, because our law does not distinguish between sex work and sex trafficking. So if anything looks like sexy time on Zoom, this has been the case with Skype. This is the case with Google Drive. You can have, if you post your own porn in your Google Drive, it can just get taken down, even if you're not sharing it with anyone. It just has to do with them not wanting the liability for sex trafficking.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Absolutely.
That's terrible.
I guess what sex workers need to do is get a bunch of automatic weapons, go down to the Capitol building and just yell at people, because that's apparently what you do.
You know, I mean, in all honesty, all of those things, people have been photoshopping dildos in the place of those guns. Just repost those pictures with a new caption saying sex workers and their customers are not having it.
Yes. And see that if they were actually out there with dildos, I think that would be far better.
Oh, they would get cut down.
I mean, they would still be shocking people. They would still be making the news. It's just that
I'd listen to what they had to say.
Actually, accidentally go off and vibrate someone to death. You know,
Right? I would legit, like, I wouldn't just scroll by. Right? Like, I see it and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Even when they were doing squats to protest that they couldn't work out, I was like, whatever, let me move on. But if they had just big dildos just walking around, I'd be like, wait, hold on a second, let's full screen this, because I gotta see.
Yeah, if you're gonna walk around with a big dick substitute, make it a big dick substitute. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just take the subtext out and be like, this is what I wish my penis was, and call it a day.
Yeah.
In other words, just be honest.
Right. Be honest.
Yeah. In Britain, we covered that they were protesting their internet regulations changing by doing public face sittings.
Because it's illegal now to have face sitting and like squirting, and there's a number of other things that were like illegal in British porn. Yeah,
because they were saying like it was like a wild BDSM that could be considered violent or something like that.
You could kill somebody with that ass.
You could kill somebody by sitting on their face. And to that I say, I need to talk to my therapist because I think I want to die. Like, that's the way.
You can kill somebody by sitting on their. What is the person laying down doing? Like, they're just laying down and dying?
Coming and going at the same time. To quote,
oh no!
Gentrifier.
Someone help me! Take it.
Right. I can't breathe. Do you want me to get up? No. You're doing fine.
This is how I always pictured the end anyway, so.
Just think it has to be inherently consensual to sit on someone's face.
And yeah, unless you're like fighting Yokozuna in WrestleMania.
Right.
But, like, still.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're physically bound.
You go out of the world the same way you came in, just shoving your face in a vagina. So like,
hey, look. I mean, you know, never. That was a scene in The Boys, this most recent season.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert, but yeah, there's a face sitting scene, and I saw no problems with it. Not a single bit of it. I was cool with the whole thing.
AKA
I am.
AKA queening. That's the other thing it's called.
That's what it's called, queening?
Queening. So if you ever find yourself in a Words with Friends match, you know.
That's definitely going to show up in my next round of Quiplash. So.
Yes. Okay. There we go.
In queening to make edging as another word.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of things that I'm cool with, this absolutely did nothing for me. The idea that these people were just masturbating in front of each other on Zoom, not something I would watch. And I would watch anything. Come pretty close to watching anything, at least for the novelty of it. But then I saw this and I was like, good for them. I'm cool.
So is that like a blanket, like not interested in videos that are just a person masturbating? Or
you know, you got to catch me at the right time. But no, I think if it's just one person masturbating into a camera, that's fine. But to watch people have this Zoom conversation, just in the pantheon of porn, it's like, you know, you could just watch people fuck, right? You know that.
That's a very valid point. My thought is, I really, really, really like orgy porn, and when people ask me about it, I'm like, because if what's happening right this second, right here at this part of the screen, isn't your thing, look over here. You know, like there's always something happening. So it's like I don't have to fast forward. You know, if there's some, you know, if they're doing a gratuitous duration of a thing that's not my particular thing, there's absolutely something else happening, and I can just check out there. And so that's why I thought this maybe would be interesting, is because like sometimes, you know, you get into a porn and then there's like somebody in there who's really cute and somebody who's really, really not, and they're so not attractive that it actually ruins it. So with this one, you just cover up that one part of the screen.
Like that Beyonce Gilbert Gottfried sex tape.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, that's now in my head.
All the single ladies.
Oh no.
Good grip.
Not my thing. I mean, I get it. The article did mention the author of the article did mention while they were watching that it was fun for them to try to match people's gazes. So it's like, yeah, when one person smiled at something, to be like, "Ooh, I can't. What were they smiling at?" You know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, you know, this would be. I brought this up for some reason this week, but I was saying, like, you know, back in college when the last time I watched porn with friends, like in a big group setting, this might have been something to watch. But as I've gotten older, yeah, and I've run out of friends. Not my thing.
It's not the sort of thing that you can like your friends having a birthday party for their niece or something. You can't be like, hey, let's toss this up on the big screen here for the adults. Like
when everyone was 17 and 18, that was like the thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You just put on porn and everybody come hang out.
Yeah, we had a black box. We got everything. Yeah. There were times where like people will walk into the room and it'd be me and my roommate. There'd be porn on the screen and we'd be playing video games and eating like chocolate chip cookie dough like from the tube. And I still don't think I've achieved a better life than that.
There's no Those are the golden years.
Golden years. It comes at you, man. They tell you that they're going to be the best years of your life, and it's just like getting salmonella while watching porn. It's like right. It's right there.
I also think that that's like what all the humans were doing, like in WALL-E.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why they eventually became immobile, because it was just so perfect that they didn't want to.
How could I want for anything more?
Where do I need to go?
Very much, especially if you turn on the repeat thing on the DVD. And hey, why?
This I don't know. I found this like oddly heartwarming. Like I was more like heart boner than pants boner about this. Like I found it like really, because I've so many like poly friends that aren't able to like engage in their polycules in the way that they have grown accustomed to, and this kind of reminded me of a way that they could stay emotionally in touch through that. So like there was something about it that I found really like actually, I don't know,
touching almost.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cute. Like
touching, even though there was no touching.
Yeah, touching themselves, but still touching.
Yes.
Touching you, touching me. Sorry.
That brings up a really interesting question. I've had a few friends who are talking about for that exact reason, for poly reasons, or just folks who are like quarantine fatigued and they're basically going to find like one other family, or if they're poly, they'll just like have like basically an isolation pod where they're like, we're continuing to isolate from the greater world, but like it's kind of like being fluid bonded in that way, where it's like, we will take this risk among the group. But I mean, I think I totally understand it. And I think everybody's getting very, very antsy. And I think that we do need to start thinking about this from a harm reduction model rather than a total abstinence model.
Yeah.
But that said, until testing is super available, it's just still kind of, it's a little risky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not risky if it's on Zoom.
Yes.
Or, let's stop just buzz marketing of Zoom. Google has stepped up and has allowed your free ass Gmail account to get you meetings with up to 100 people for nothing. So, boom.
So what you're saying is that this is going to get a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Can you imagine? I've just been trying to make Quiplash work.
Right.
Imagine making just a nice 100-person orgy pop off.
Yeah. That'd be bad if you put in the wrong room code and you got all your gear on and it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, Pastor, that's not.
Sorry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Pastor's like, no, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, do we have any other thoughts on Zoom orgies?
I just
God
think
bless
it's
them.
interesting the way people are attempting to adapt. I wonder if the way of the future is, I don't know if you ever played Oculus Rift, if you ever put that on.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wonder if that is going to be the future of visual erotica as it gets better. I've already seen a tech demo of the PlayStation 5, and it looks really close to just like actual video. And so I'm just wondering if we're just seeing different manifestations of sex work as it adapts to not only modern technology but also modern problems like COVID.
Yeah, like a completely morally bankrupt executive branch that allows for this to proliferate because it gave them the opportunity to do some insider trading.
Right. How is porn going to adapt to the insider trading of our oligarchs?
My question is, how many of those stock options were in companies that are investing in teledildonics? Because like that's what this needs is that.
That needs that outside money, that venture capital.
Yeah.
Hopefully my representative did that.
Yeah.
If I want the criminals who represent me to invest in teledildonics.
Space Force, get on it.
No. We're all gonna die. All right.
I like how the stream seems like there's 8 of us in this meeting and 4 of them just have really slow internet.
Kaylee, you break. Kaylee, you're not moving. Is your?
Yeah. Is it me? Did I? Nope. All right. Well, they'll be back. They just gotta wash their hands for 40 seconds.
Is it 40 now? I thought it was.
No, I think I saw 40 and I was like, that's wrong. It's 20. It's 2 happy birthdays.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But
my hands are so dry already.
Happy birthday for 1 chorus to Truth Hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I almost bought a Run the Jewels, which their 4th album's coming out, but they had T-shirts with the hand washing thing with like different lyrics to their songs on it, and I almost bought a Close Your Eyes and Count to Fuck one. But
Yeah. I like the one that's a picture of Scorpion with Mortal Kombat that says "Stay over there."
Yeah.
I like it. All right, are we ready for our next bit of fucking news?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So again, on the topic of the ingenuity of sex workers, this is a story about a dominatrix taking her work not only online, but specifically to Animal Crossing.
Yes, they have decided to keep their dominatrix business popping through the Switch.
No pun intended.
On brand.
That's something. Yeah, that's what they want to do. I cannot wait. I mean, like, it's like T-minus what? 2 days till the cease and desist letter comes.
And I think it's already in the mail. Like,
Okay, all right, yeah. Nintendo don't play. They,
Yeah.
what
Nintendo don't play.
Nintendo's whole executive branch is like, what? People don't have sex.
Right.
Mario doesn't have nipples. Like, it's complete.
Right.
They did give Luigi a bulge that made the news.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Back
not too long ago.
apparently.
Oh, Luigi's.
That's why you could jump like that.
Yeah.
Yes, Luigi's packing.
Yeah, you guys step into Luigi's mansion. That's the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me, I don't know if you all remember Second Life.
Mm-hmm.
I do, yeah. I've never been on it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, basically, you can make your avatar, like if you have the knowledge to do so, you can make your avatar look like anything you want. And other people on there can create motions that an avatar can do that you can buy for them in Avatar bucks. And so there were very much fetish clubs on Second Life. Also stand-up comedy on Second Life. One person doing stand-up in a microphone, and everyone's avatar sitting in the seats in the comedy clubs were real people who were listening in real time. And yeah, so it's interesting that they chose Animal Crossing.
It's become a big sensation in the post-society.
Yes,
it's like Farmville the game.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And so it's like pretty easy to play, and I think that's the thing. It's like a soothing kind of comfort thing.
Yeah, there are other, like, there's Grand Theft Auto Online where people can actually beat each other with things, and it's encouraged.
Yeah, sure.
They chose Animal Crossing, and I think that given your other online options out there, that's interesting, because I don't know about you, but when I see a farm, the very next leap I make is porn. But
I mean, we've all seen the Mr. Hands video.
yeah.
these things happen. But yeah, no, I think it's kind of weird, but hey.
So, I mean, I feel like this is a very natural extension. Like, so I don't play Animal Crossing just because, like, I don't feel like I have the time somehow anymore. Like, I became incredibly busy during quarantine. But I know a lot of people who do, and they've used it for all sorts of stuff. I saw, like, a few people that are using it for, like, if you find each other on, like, Tinder and then you want to translate that into a first date, you could meet in Animal Crossing. And that would be where you hang out for the first time. It's very low pressure, right? Like, it's not quite as awkward as just, like, getting on FaceTime or whatever. Like, so how are you? Like, the stuff you can do. Like
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez just got a Switch, and she just got Animal Crossing, and then was saying, like, hey, for the next, like, I can't remember, it was like, for the next hour, I'm opening up my DMs. If you want me to show up at your thing, give me your code.
Oh,
and
no.
Yeah, I was on Twitter and I saw this happen in real time, and then someone was like, hey, would you come on my late night talk show that happens on Animal Crossing? And, like, showed a picture that this person had a studio with, like, lights and a couch and, like, a table, and invited AOC on. So, I mean, if you can do all that, you might as well get beat with a butterfly net and caged for not watering plants.
Okay, I just want to say that I am very relieved as how that story turned out. When you said she opened herself up like that, and then somebody asked her if she would like to come on my show, is not how I thought that sentence would end.
Sometimes things are nice. Sometimes things are nice.
I've heard.
Yeah, I think that's why she said an hour.
Yeah.
And yeah. I didn't even know you could close your inbox like that.
Yeah.
But I don't have a check mark, so
I've never played Animal Crossing, but just have you all read Snow Crash? You'll see the book from, like, way back. So there's two books from the 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, that basically anybody online should read. One is Neuromancer by William Gibson, That's the one that invented the term cyberspace. And then there was Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash, which invented this idea of the metaverse and popularized Avatar as an idea of like what you are online. But yeah, in Snow Crash, they had this thing called the metaverse where everybody would just like log in and you could socialize and you could go on like a free account, and if it was a free account, like you'd be grayed out and people were like kind of like, oh, they don't have enough money to have a nice account. And it was just like you could play games, you could meet, you could socialize, you could do like drug deals and shit. And it was one of those things that like always seemed like so far-fetched as to like why people would do that, even when we have all the technology. But now, like, to see that show up in Animal Crossing, it's like, it's wild, but it's here. It also has like the U.S. falling apart, and most jobs that are left are like pizza delivery jobs and like a bunch of other like prophetic shit. But yeah, seeing the metaverse show up in Animal Crossing, super weird.
Yeah, I always wondered which episode of Black Mirror we would end up living for real. And it's a little bit of a couple of them, actually.
Did you see that the maker of it, I can't remember his name, but huh?
Charlie Booker.
Yeah. They interviewed him and asked like, hey, when's the new season coming out? And he said, I don't think we're at a place where people want more dystopian future techno horror. I think we're good. Like,
Yeah.
he said, nah, man, I read The Room.
Yeah. Well,
We're all too sad for more Black Mirror. And I was just like, oh boy.
Because I mean, we just keep seeing all this stuff become very real. And like the other day, there were the videos in Singapore of those little robot dogs keeping people socially distanced. And I'm like, they look.
That is an episode.
A yellow version of Metalhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdly similar. And when are those things going to start shooting people?
It's happening. I can't wait to.
Of all the Black Mirror things that I thought that were like, that'll never happen, the Prime Minister of England getting caught in carnal relations with a pig wasn't one of them. And yet...
That was the first one.
It was the first one. It was like, wait, David Cameron had... Okay.
That literally, like, that happened right before... Like, I'm sure that real life thing was the impetus for that episode.
Hold on. Real life thing?
So, yeah, David Cameron, who he was the Prime Minister, I don't know if he still is, of the UK.
He bounced after he called a referendum for Brexit because he was like, you guys are idiots and this will never go through. And then it went through.
That's right.
Like, you know what? Fuck all of you, I'm done.
Yeah. But, like, it came to light that he has joined some kind of skull and bones, old money fraternity thing, right? And part of the purported initiation rituals was that he had to involve his penis with some kind of porcine being. So I don't know if he put his dick in a pig's mouth or he put a pig's dick in his mouth, or I don't know. He's a big fan of curly fries.
Answer.
Something happened. I think it was the sort of thing where like people were like, hey, we heard about this. What do you have to say about it? And he was like, I will neither confirm or deny anything that y'all say because this is stupid. And then everyone said, oh, so you fucked a pig, dog? Like, that's really what happened. And he was like, I'm not going to dignify that with a response. It's like, you could just say no and get out my face. And I was like, he fucked a pig. And Charlie Booker was at home like, let me open up Final Draft. I'm about to get this. And that's
before that news came out. Like
the episode was before that?
That episode hit before that news came out because Charlie Booker spends too much time doing mushrooms and piercing the veil.
Oh, he has a mogwai in a room. That's what happened.
All book.
Timaree, I don't know if you froze or you're just in shock.
No, I'm just excited about life. It's just, I think I have been and then I'm like, and then I have a lot of feelings about people having sex with animals, and my first thought is I don't like it.
Sure.
That's not necessarily for judgment reasons, it's for consent reasons. But then Dan Savage, who I often disagree with, but I do agree with on this one point, he says, like, why do we have an objection to bestiality when it's perfectly legal to kill and eat an animal? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian. Leave me out of it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm marinating my meat, but differently.
Right.
It's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. I don't want tongue meat.
I want to say for the folks who can't see this, who are just hearing the audio, that there's a picture of this the Domme and the scene, and someone has a cute little hat on, and it looks like a naked butt, and it says Denali slave on it, and it's very cute.
Yeah, Denali Winner is the name of the
Yeah.
dominatrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
What were you gonna say, Violet?
Oh, I was just gonna say, well, I mean, we have canines because we evolved to tear meat. I don't think we evolved in any way to have sex with the prey. I mean,
Well, I mean, you know, pubic hair keeps out unwanted pathogens from
but
things.
if the issue is consent, that's a pretty valid point.
Very much so.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't. We
Like, okay,
didn't.
go ahead and kill me, like it's the cow from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The
Because,
cow
like,
cuts out and says, "Well, my flank's really tender, so why don't you start there?"
oh.
Just reminds me of Gillian Anderson in Hannibal. But
Oh yeah,
anyway, that's a whole different thing.
Hannibal.
Referenced.
I don't.
Oh
yeah.
man, it's on Amazon, and as soon as Society went away, I went right back to watching that show. It is so good and like just expertly shot. It's beautiful, and like it's food porn, but with lungs.
Yes. And the
Okay.
guy who's scary no matter what he does plays Hannibal. I forget his name.
Yes, Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Anyway, the final scene is of the show is a very haunting thing with Gillian Anderson, who is
Foxy.
only more attractive the more things that she's in. Like it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like it's that, like you're watching, just go, well, God damn it, you know, just.
Yeah, Gillian Anderson's whole Bowie look as media in American Gods, like definitely hit it for me. So like,
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
you know,
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
I gotta give credit to the animal, to, is it Denali?
Denali, yeah.
Denali Winter.
I gotta give credit to her for pioneering. I'm pretty sure she's the first Animal Crossing dominatrix to make it work.
Probably.
And if she's not, she's the first one to get an article. So
Yeah.
Right.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
First one to market.
don't get them bells.
I find it interesting how one thing that supposedly sets us apart from animals is our ability to adapt to new situations and come up with very creative ways around challenges. And I just think it's interesting that sex work and the sex industry is one of the places in which that is most evident.
Big time. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this has been sort of like the ongoing theme of the DTF at home is like, what are sex workers figuring out this week that everyone else will do in like a year or two?
Right. Yeah, but I think the reason is because of humans' basic primal urges. Getting off is always one. I mean, people invent things because they have to find new ways to eat. And I think people also need to get off. So
People gotta come now. Yeah.
They will find ways to allow them to do that too.
So with that note, I am taking note of the time, and I think it is a good opportunity to switch to our final segment.
It's game time.
Game time. And we are doing a travel through the past with our game times lately.
Okay.
this week is a game that will not have any visuals. So folks at home, you don't have to worry about, you're not missing pictures of dildos this week. I'm going to be asking you to do sex, law, Mad Libs.
Okay.
All right, so for each one of you, you're each going to get a sentence with a blank in it. And you have the choice. You can answer what you think is correct, because you'll get 1 point if it's correct, or 1 point if we agree that it's funny.
Okay.
So you could be either correct or funny. Both are fine. But
it was my final exam in college. Like, Jesus.
But you're each going to get a grand total of 4 sentences. So that's where we are. All right?
Sweet.
So you can decide which way you want to play it. Who would like to go first?
I'm not sure I completely understand, but I'll take
Okay.
it.
All right. Shall we have Darryl go first, just because he's the flim flam and co-host?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
That's it. I will be the log to the fire. That's not the proper
Test subject.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, Darryl.
Guinea pig.
All right, so all of these are sentences about stupid sex laws, and there's going to be a blank in it. And again, you either can get a point if it's funny or a point if it's correct. So you decide either way. All right, question number 1, go to Darryl. In Bakersfield, California, anyone having sex with blank must use a condom. And these are all ridiculous, stupid sex laws. Like, none of them are things that are like the obvious that should be laws everywhere. These are the things that are bizarre and stupid. So keep that in mind.
Themselves.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right. Do we think that that is funny?
Yes. The ultimate measure of distrust.
Yes.
So it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. The correct answer was Satan.
I'm sorry, the correct answer?
Bakersfield, California made this law. Yes, correct. The correct answer was Satan.
Well, I mean, you know.
And like the food stuff, just like straight
Not
up.
Satan.
Yeah.
Nope. Well, I mean, you know, when you sit there married, did not use protection, then you see where that got us. So I get it.
I think,
get it.
yeah, it's
Wrap
like
it
a
up.
Rosemary's Baby law.
Right. Yeah, they're trying to prevent something. So.
All right, who's up next?
I'll go next.
All right, Violet, question number 2. In the state of blank, it is illegal to own sex toys. There are 2 correct answers.
I'm going to go Utah.
All right, is anyone voting, is this funny? Are we saying that that's a funny answer?
Utah makes me laugh.
That seems accurate to me.
All right.
The correct answers are either Georgia or Alabama.
What?
I can see that.
Illegal to own sex toys. If you
Oh,
sell
that's such
them,
a shame.
yeah, if you sell them, you can either sell them as educational models, and their purpose exists to practice showing how like condoms go on, or else it could be a novelty toy. But they then do not have to pass FDA approval for body safe materials.
So the Mormons are more liberated in this respect than the people
In this one.
In this one.
It's a lot of woodworking.
Yeah.
Isn't Alabama like 50th in the nation in education?
Alabama or something.
Alabama, something like that. So, you know.
Something tells me there's a burgeoning black market trade.
Oh, they still sell them. Yeah, it's just a matter of marketing. All right, Dain, you ready?
I think I am.
Okay. In Arizona, Indiana, New York, and Ohio, it is illegal to have a visible blank.
Taint.
Are we saying it's funny?
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
It's a good word.
It is
But
funny,
also probably accurate.
but the correct answer is erection.
Mm!
It is erection.
I have one now. No, I was thinking that was the answer, actually. I was like, ooh, a bulge. It's got to be the husband's bulge, which
Yes.
is something that me and my wife constantly refer to erections as because it was in Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods, yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Yep.
Yeah.
The husband's bulge.
But wait, New York has 8 million people. You're trying to tell me that there's
Wait.
somebody there that probably gets off on subway trains or snow cones or like pepperoni pizza.
Somebody is married to the L train.
Yeah.
It's very likely, statistically speaking.
Yeah, and so I just think that that is like beyond comprehension to try to actually police.
You know? Yeah, government overreach. That's what we're here to talk
Wanted
about.
a badge that was like boner inspector, and that was how that.
Yes.
All right, on to round 2. All right, Darryl, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
In Wisconsin, a law prohibited a man from blank, it's a verb, while a female partner was having an orgasm. It is illegal in Wisconsin, according to this law, for a man to blank while his female partner is having an orgasm. What is it?
Exist. Am I right? Hey now. Okay. Huh? What?
So we going for funny. The correct answer is shoot a gun.
How are you supposed to celebrate if you can't shoot a gun while she's coming? Like, come on now.
The
That
next
doesn't
thing you're gonna do is
I'm making
ban
it-
gender reveal parties. This is
Oh,
nonsense.
that dude was really, he was really happy.
It happened.
It finally.
Everyone, it's true. It didn't happen. Huh?
All right, Violet, you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Until recently, it was illegal in New York City to be in possession of multiple what?
In New York, is that what you said?
In New York City, until recently, it was illegal to be found in possession of multiple what?
I'm gonna say bong dildo hybrids.
If that, I need to know more about that. But the correct answer was condoms.
Oh, for prostitution.
Yeah, it was for a while. It was considered evidence of prostitution, and they were specifically stopping certain people, not just everyone.
Not just everybody.
Yeah.
Well, you trying to come twice? Monster. You fucking criminal.
But he's still using one at a time, right?
I mean,
Like,
if they care about the degradation of latex, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to use up all the Gatorade. Like,
right.
All right, Dain, you ready?
No.
All right. All right. In Massachusetts, technically, I believe this is still in the books, blank will get you a $30 fine $30 fine and 3 months in jail. It is a verb. It is an action.
Oh, I
Dang, go Yankees.
I'm sorry?
Dang, go Yankees.
Thank you.
That's
The correct answer was premarital sex.
oh.
Massachusetts.
You a frat house?
Look, I mean, you know, I was a big Warren supporter until just now.
Like she's the one that said that.
You can't be president if you allow that shit to happen in your state. Ridiculous.
I was convinced that the answer was masturbation.
I mean, we're just talking like Puritan states, right? They still have
Yeah.
crazy alcohol and sex laws on the books. It's just a matter of
I would have believed squirting.
Mm.
Yeah.
The one I remember because I went to school up there, and the one I always remembered was that like more than 4 single women couldn't occupy the same house because it was technically considered a brothel, and that made women's situations very difficult.
Brothel laws.
All right, we have time for another round or two.
I'm good. You guys are.
Yeah, do another round.
All right, we'll do one more round. Okay. All right, Darryl, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can be in prison for a year and find $1,000 for blank in Michigan with a lover. You can
Sodomy.
Sodomy. Are we saying it's funny?
It can
I
be.
think it's funny.
Probably.
They can pull a funny face.
I find it funny. The answer is cohabitated.
What?
For cohabitating with a partner, with a lover, living with your lover.
But not being married, or
yeah, if you're not married and you're living together in Michigan, it's still
the
on
shacking
the books.
up law. Oh,
yeah, still on the books.
That was my favorite saying that I've heard my mom use, and I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And it was like shacking up.
It's stupid.
So they just don't want millennials to have homes, is what they're saying.
Pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much.
All right, Violet, you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. In Arizona, you may not have more than 2 of this item in one house.
I'm gonna say this is Arizona.
Correct.
A book.
The correct answer is dildo.
Oh, that was my second choice.
With dildos, yeah. All right.
You can't have more than 2 dildos? That's ridiculous.
What if it's a double-headed dildo? Does that still count as one?
It's like 1.5 and you're pushing it.
All right. Dain, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Because it's a dry heat.
Yes.
In Adams County, Colorado, male employees of blank must wear white clothing. Male employees of blank must wear white clothing. Adams County, Colorado.
Sperm bank.
Ooh, that's funny. The correct answer, massage parlors.
Oh.
Okay.
Why?
I assume it's to distinguish massage from massage.
But, so the clothes make the man, I guess. All right. Sure.
Maybe so they can see if you get anything on it. Like, I don't, what?
Oh yeah. In which
know.
case they should probably wear black.
Are they not allowed to wear white scrubs? Or like hospitals, like not allowed?
Well, they have to wear hazmat suits now, so.
yeah. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do one final question. If anyone gets it right, you win. All right. In Nebraska, you can't get married if you test positive for
Atheism.
If you test positive for
HPV.
a bachelor's degree, huh?
You guess it?
COVID.
Yeah, I guess hepatitis C or some shit.
Syphilis. Let's go with syphilis.
I'm gonna say HIV.
Any other final guesses?
No, I'm gonna stick with like a hep, one of the heps.
It is gonorrhea.
Oh.
Gonorrhea. So I
been thinking
awarded the
discharge.
most funny points to Violet. So Violet wins.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Congrats.
Because the book one sent me over. So congratulations, you are a winner of Sex Law Mad Libs. So where can people find out more about you? What stuff do you have coming up? Tell the nice people.
So you can follow me on Twitter at Violet Silver, and you can follow me on Facebook because I'm old at Violet Gray, and Instagram Chaotic Violet, and I also have a YouTube channel where I periodically post my stand-up.
What about you, Dan?
You can follow me on Instagram at Dain Saint, just spelled the way my name is. I dropped a book a couple months ago, weirdly enough called Just Stop. So everyone took that real fucking literal.
Yeah.
Changing the world.
Book on changing your relationship with time, and I know you have time to read it. So go check it out. It's at readjuststop.com. Also, this coming Sunday, we're doing a completely unrelated event called Pizza Dial-Up, which is the online version of Pizza Roll-Up, where you order a whole pizza, roll it up like a burrito, and eat the whole thing. So if you want in on that, you can go to rollup.pizza. It's a real website. and a real event. Nothing.
The pride in your voice.
Such an asshole. All right,
It's a real thing. I don't know, man. Go to DarrylCharlesComedy.com. Look at the calendar. You'll see all the shit I'm doing.
Didn't you just put out an album?
Yeah.
I bring this up all the time. Yeah, DarrylCharles.bandcamp.com. Please get the album Black Gentrifier. I promise you, it's good. I really worked hard on it.
It's real good.
It's
Thank
true.
you. It's
Legit.
a good album. I gave it a shot.
It's like the only album I've purchased this year.
Huh? You can't get better than that. Yeah, if you don't believe me, go on my YouTube channel. I posted 3 of those jokes that are on there. They're like fucking 18 or 19 jokes on there, and you know, or listen to Sirius because my jokes are on there too. Yeah, so do that. You know.
All right.
Get this man on Netflix.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you a Netflix special, whether it is on comedy or true crime, one of the two.
Hey, look, I'm trying to make it.
Yeah.
Whoever sent me these paintings, man, I should never brought it up, boy. Woo, woo.
The two is what you get famous for, man. So,
man, I'm gonna be on The Keepers Part 2.
As for me, if you want to work out, I'm teaching fitness classes every day. You can go to Sweat with Timaree, Timaree. I teach boot camps and Pilates every day, Monday through Saturday, plus some other stuff. And I'm doing burlesque online periodically. So when this comes out, it'll be the same day as the Golden Tassel Johns. It will be the 5th annual awards ceremony for the Philadelphia burlesque scene. It will be a burlesque show. It will be a fundraiser for Feed Philly, which provides needed items to folks who are experiencing homelessness in Philly. So you can check all that out on Instagram and on Facebook, Golden Tassel Johns, JAWNS, because Philly. Yeah, thank you all so much for being on the show again.
Yeah, thanks.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Where
Y'all are
else
great.
am I going?
Yeah.
There's that. Yeah, there's that.
I love it.
All right,
well, thank you, everybody.
I gotta go match game.
Yay! That's very
This
good. I'm
stupidest
jealous.
fucking thing in the
I'm
world.
so jealous.
This is dumb. This is
I
dumb.
love it.
And fucking theater kids. Anyway, all right, bye everybody.
Love you all.
Brody's got a
Bye.
bad bitch on me. She DTF.
She tell me she
DTF. I heard she DTF. What? And you ain't hanging with the team if you ain't down to fuck.